CPA here in the house. CPA, how you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on here. Feel honored.
Absolutely, man. It's always fun to talk to another player that loves the game of AIM, and you definitely qualify as that. So, you are
Yeah.
someone who has been playing the game for how long now?
I would say like literally almost just about exactly a year, December of last year. Yep, December
December.
24.
So, were you one of the people that got the Oculus for Christmas, and this is one of the first games you stumbled onto, or how did it
Yep.
spark your interest?
Exactly that. Yeah. Wife got me it as a birthday present, tried it and saw AIM, and honestly I haven't really tried that many games since then. It's one that's been pretty addictive. Yeah.
That
Been
is
really
by
fun.
far what I hear most often from people is how addictive this game is, how quickly it
Yep.
becomes like, oh man, I got to get back on that.
Absolutely. I love that you can do matches and just then move on to the next one.
It's a
Yeah.
short, very kind of immediate kind of sensation. Like you drop right into a live fire exercise the minute you
Yep.
want to. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the game that you love so much.
Yeah.
I have some standard questions that I always ask, and given how you play the game, and we're going to get to that, I was kind of surprised that your first answer was what it was when I asked you what your favorite map is. So, can you
Mhm.
tell me why you picked the map that you did, and what is it about it that you like so much?
Yeah, I really like the map of AIM. It's a great map. There's so many what I like best about it is there's so many places you can be. You got like the whole top level and you got the whole bottom level, and you can really be in the middle or on either side, top or bottom. So, right there you got six different points you could be, and you can go down the sides of each one and still have some coverage. Look to the other side, look to that side, and really it's like that, taking coverage. You even have coverage boxes in the center of the map. And so if you really want to play strategically, like what I try to do is, I don't just want to go out there in the wide open and just get shot. I can have really places to, get in there, take cover, look one way, be covered my other side. And yeah, it's kind of a fun, decent sized, quick paced map.
See, I agree that it's quick paced. I agree that it's a good size, but what I've heard from people is because it's so narrow, because you can get a grenade from one corner to the other, that
Mm-hmm.
it's pure chaos.
Absolutely.
There's nowhere that's safe really in that map.
Exactly. I think that's kind of too what actually you can almost think about it. That's what gives it a little more, benefit is that, because I can get thrown with a grenade from one corner, I kind of got to be quick. I can take cover, but I still have to be quick and go somewhere else. If somebody kills me, I'm going to want to leave that spot, especially if it's these good players that we play against. They know where I am, so I'm going to leave.
They dial in pretty quick, that's for sure.
Yep.
I agree. AIM has been one that I've spent a lot of time on, probably
Oh
one of
yeah.
my favorites.
Yeah. It's one
Let's
of the
talk
most
about,
popular.
well, without a doubt, because of the
Yeah.
pace of play, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Let's change gears a little bit and talk about your favorite weapon. Now, you are someone who has committed to the M4
Yep.
and you're getting pretty good at it. What is it about the M4 that you like so much? Why is it the utilitarian weapon of choice for CPA?
Basically, because if you had to rate every weapon based on different stuff like accuracy, damage, and all that stuff, I really think that that one has the best total overall average. It's more powerful, and we're talking about the unsuppressed. It's more
Right.
powerful than the suppressed one, but it's not quite as accurate. And then you got the flip side of that with the FAMAS. It's not as damaging. It doesn't do as much damage, but it's more accurate. And so it really gets the best of those two. And also the aim down sight of it. Like almost most other weapons have a really hard aim down sight. That's what makes the FAMAS difficult to use. And the M4 still has a really good aim down sight. So it's really the best of all worlds, at least of the total average.
I would agree with that. I would say that the M4 gets picked by people because of how easy it is to use.
Yeah.
I would also say that I of all the weapons that I have spent time with, I can speed load an M4. I can pop a clip and reload an M4 probably 5 times faster than any other
Yeah.
weapon.
That's another great point. It is very fast and easy to reload.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is essential in this map or in any
absolutely.
map or in this game in general. So
Yep. Absolutely.
talking with CPAmper, one of the top level players that I get to match wits with on a regular basis. You are someone who has risen up the ranks very quickly, and we're going to get to why, because you do have definitely a unique approach to the game. But
Yeah.
I have to ask you two questions that are kind of related.
Yeah.
I asked you about your style of play,
Hmm.
and you said that you are defensive with strategy in mind, which
Yeah.
I thought was a very interesting answer. Can you talk a little bit about what you mean by that when you say that you're defensive with strategy in mind?
Yeah, so just in games in general, to me, it's always about, winning, right? It's always about doing that. You got different kind of styles of players. You got offensive players, those are the ones that just push forward. Those are the first guys front of the line that, they'll go 40, 50 kills. And if they're good, right, only limited deaths. And you got me, I've always been more of a slow-paced player. It's like back in some other, historical games, I've always liked the sniper or whatnot, but, game like this, it's too quick pace with the sniper. So I've just always been a more sit back, make sure I get that positive KD. That's how you get the win in these kind of matches. So again, I'd rather go 20 and 19 than rather go, 50 and 51. And
Mhm.
so it's really about getting that win. And I wish that this kind of game had a little bit more strategic maps would be cool, like mission levels, like capture the flag or whatnot. So it's like those kind of games and missions are the ones I really like, and that's what this is. Yeah.
The straight ahead kind of chaos of it limits the
Hmm.
kind of games you can do. So let
Exactly.
me ask you this. With defensive strategy, is
Yeah.
it a case where you're only pushing like a third of the way through the map and that's as
Mhm.
far as you go? Or is it different maps you'll go farther? How far out are you extending yourself with if defense is consistently what on your mind?
Yeah, it's really depends on the map. Different maps, like sometime in Blizzard and Sambo, I'll kind of go pretty far, halfway. But yeah, a lot
Mhm.
of other maps, even same with AIM. But it's so I can do different ones, but it's way more often that I'm going to stay back to take that cover, make sure that I can have my cover and get that kill. Because I don't want to go out in no man's land and get, risk getting killed without really getting any shot and then having a negative KD because that KD ratio is what gets you the win in these kind of matches.
So you'd rather have a match where you get 10 kills, you only die twice, and 5 assists, and you're 8 and
Yep.
5 rather than 20 kills, 17 deaths.
Yep.
Your net positivity is only 3. I got you.
Absolutely. And that's why I may not finish at the top of the leaderboards, but it's all about that plus minus KD.
What a surprise that the CPA is taking care of the numbers. I shouldn't have been surprised
Absolutely.
by that at
Yep.
all.
Absolutely.
Do you ever get, well, let's stick with the defensive strategy approach for a minute. You
Yeah.
play with some of the top players in the game,
Yeah.
and I know how competitive they can be because I play with them as
Yep.
well. Do you ever get situations where players are telling you you should alter your style or you should be more aggressive? Hey, we need you. Hey, CPA, we got to have you push more. Hey, we need you to cover this area more, that sort of thing.
Not really too much because there's enough offensive players that really do it that go forward, I should say. And speaking of being in a tournament, right? Like on my team, we have enough offensive players that I'm kind of more needed back there. I feel like in a lot of games, these games modern days, there's too many forward going people and there's really not enough defensive players. And
So, because you're defensive or because you're not, let's say, not as aggressive,
absolutely, yep.
you can control the pace of play on whatever side you're on. You're sniping people as
Right.
they come around corners. You're making sure no one extends themselves too far onto your team's home turf.
Yeah,
Do you have
exactly.
discussions with that with your teammates ahead of time? Is it a known thing? Hey, that's the role CPA is going to play for us.
Yeah, it really depends on what kind of game you're playing. If you're just, obviously in like a public match and you're doing, that, it's just kind of do whatever and I'll still stay back. Or
Mhm,
depending on
mhm.
how my team is, I may push forward a little. But yeah, like in our tournament we're doing right now, my team, one of our strengths is communication, and that is absolutely what we're doing. We are communicating before the game, well before it, and that's generally my role is staying back. Especially when you're playing the tournaments and you're facing even harder players. I certainly don't want to go forward and expose myself to these great, accurate players. I'd rather stay back and take that cover.
It becomes with the really good players, movement becomes your enemy. If
Absolutely,
they
yeah.
see movement, they're dropping you.
Yep, and it takes just one shot for them to hit you in the head and kill you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Let's shift gears here. I
Yeah.
asked you to name some peers, some people
Yeah.
you think of as your peer group. And I liked the names you threw out. Definitely some competitive players. Tell
Yeah.
me who you think of when you think of your peer group. Who is it that CPA measures himself against right now?
Yeah, definitely one of my really first, good friends on here is Kairukin 93. We just call him Kai. He's really one of the first ones that really kind of, brought me into the bigger matches. When I first started playing, it was just kind of, myself going and whatnot here and there. And met him, as a lot of people kind of know funny about him. He does the Hank Hill voice and he's really great at it. And yeah, he's just really, really good person, really cool to hang out with and play with it. And it's when you go into those kind of matches with those people, it's really more about the fun even than it is really just playing. And yeah, and same with a lot of those matches is Samuel God as well. She's really great to play with. Always great with that.
Very, you're naming two people that I would say are often considered to be some of the more positive people in the game when you talk about Kairukin and
Absolutely.
Samuel God. Very popular players, both of them, very well
Yep.
liked. I think Samuel's number one in karma in the world.
Yep.
And I know
Absolutely.
Kai's probably up there too. So yeah, two great
Yeah.
names. Who else you got as far as your peer group when you think of them?
Yeah, I also gotta say, as a lot of people have mentioned on here before, is Prez. He's one of the great players. I'm lucky to actually have him on my team in the tournament, and
Okay.
so he is very strategic playing. Like, he might not be one of the loud ones that talks here and there and whatnot, because he's so focused on playing it and winning, and I like that. And but yeah, we communicate a lot in our tournaments, and he's really the one who always has these brilliant, genius ideas and how to play strategic. You just can't beat them, and that's why. Yeah, and then really another one is
The last one that you said surprised me because you said that you actually work with this player on improving your game, like coaches
yeah,
you up a little bit. Is that right?
yeah, the next one, yeah, is by myself. So he actually does do a lot of coaching. He even has a channel on here. As you even seen, you had a video of him where he went like 80 kills on your channel, and that's not too rare that you think about it. Him and Prez, in my opinion, are the two best players in this entire game. Like those two are just like the Titans. And so yeah, by myself really helps train me a lot. Tells you what to do, where to, how to play strategically. Because yeah, there's strategy you got to do, and so he's really good at teaching that stuff.
Interesting.
Mm.
I think that it's great when you have good players that want to share their knowledge and
Absolutely.
work with you on that. I think that's awesome. So, folks, we are
Exactly.
talking to CPAMPER, one of the top players, one of my favorite players to go up against. He's got his own style. He's got his own approach, which we're going to talk to him about more in just a little bit, right after we come back from this break. Stick around, more with CPA when we come back.
Yeah.
Folks, we are back with CPA MPER. CPA, how you doing?
Doing great.
Okay. Now, as part of our show, you agreed to do the hypotheticals where I give you a situation and you tell me, you know, who you would like to see in that situation. So I said, if you had a skybox view, if you had a floating skybox where you could move all around above a map, see the entire show, who would you want to put on a 2-on-2 winner take all kill fest? And you gave me four players that are pretty
Mhm.
fun to watch. So first, I'm going to give you the first two that are against each other in your little scenario here, and you tell me why you picked them. I think I know why.
Oh yeah.
You said you wanted Prez and by myself to go against each other in this map,
Absolutely.
both with the FAMAS. Is that right?
Yep. Absolutely.
What is it about those two and the FAMAS that would be fun to watch?
I mean, just like kind of like I mentioned before, that they are, in my opinion, the two best players. Like they are right there. Who's one, two? That's the hardest, one of the hardest questions. That they are just the two best. So seeing those two go at it is like seeing the Titans clash together. It'd be very interesting to see that.
Absolutely. And backing them up, backstopping each of them, you picked two of the, I would say, better general M4 users available. You stuck Prez with Kairukin, and
Yep,
you put by myself with J Stray.
absolutely.
Can
Yeah,
give me a sense of this whole match. You've got two M4 users, two FAMAS users. All of them are lethal.
yep.
How do you see this playing out, and what map would you like to see them do this battle royale on?
That would probably be good. The map is a good question, but really what first comes to my mind with that is probably Frontier. because I would definitely see by myself and Prez being the two offensive ones that are just going up consistently trying to find each other, each one trying to go to the other team's base, really try to get them.
Mhm.
That's what they do. Both of them are really, really great on offense. And again, they play with that FAMAS, so they're really great doing it close range. Whereas,
Can I ask you about
the,
Frontier? Because
yeah,
when you really break down Frontier, it's an outer circle and an inner
yep,
circle.
absolutely.
With those FAMAS players and those snipers,
Hmm.
I would think that number one, it would be darting from hiding place to hiding place. It would not be a lot of just slow walks around corners. There's too many good shooters in this situation.
Absolutely, and that's what would make it strategic. Because if you're coming, one of those players, Prez or by myself is coming around the side, and he wants to try and take that quick run to cover. Here comes, one of the other two taking him out from a distance, and so it really adds that strategy to it. That's what I love about games. It's more than just about power and accuracy. It's about strategy, and so really seeing that would be really fun.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think so much of that would depend on the two players working out how they wanted to approach the game
Absolutely.
and committing to a teamwork mentality as opposed to that lone wolf mentality, which so many players.
Yep.
I guess the question then is who wins in this situation? You got them in Frontier. You've got
Mm.
Kai and Prez versus by myself and J Straight, a couple of great two-person teams. Who do you got coming out victorious in this one?
I mean that's a tough question. It's like I said, it's really going to be. I can already tell the playing style. It's going to be by myself and Prez going forward on offense with those FAMASs, and it's going to be the other two kind of came back playing a little more defense, maybe a little more offense. That's what's great about those two is they can really do it all. And so it really comes down honestly to almost those two, or same with on the offense one. What really comes to push it off, but. Yeah, that's just such a tough one. I mean, Prez and Kai being on there, I mean, I just can't see how they couldn't win. So
Okay.
if I had to pick, it probably would be those really, because again, playing with Prez, it's more than just that strength and accuracy and power. It's all about strategy. Having a pre-plan and going with it and being ready to change it if you need to is key.
Adjusting on the fly, absolutely
Yep.
key. Folks, we are talking with CPA MPER, CPA Camper, CPA, all the different versions that are available. CPA,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come in today and talk with me. Let's talk a little bit about your life when you're not playing A.
Yeah,
You mentioned before that you like to get outside, you like to do some snowboarding, is that right?
absolutely. Yep.
All
That's
right.
one of my things
Where's
fun.
your favorite place to shred around?
Well, I live in the great state of California and not too close by to the to Tahoe, so it's beautiful being able to never have to shovel, but going up there and snowboarding. They got a bunch of ski resorts up there, so yeah, I love always going to Tahoe, being able to snowboard up there, kind of just go for a little bit, like I said, and come home. Then I snowboarded a lot as a kid, and then like took a pause for like 15 years, and then like just a few years ago picked it back up, and it's like riding a bike, so it's very fun. Really.
Except downhill on a big ski.
Yep,
Now
absolutely.
you're also a music guy. You said music is big
Yeah.
for you. What's your genre of music? What do you like spending your time on?
Yeah, so I'm a big, huge pop punk fan. That's my number one favorite band is Newfound Glory. They're one of the big, popular ones for it, along with Blink-182, Sum 41, Green Day. And so I really spend a lot of time going to concerts. And actually, you can kind of see right behind me, this is a lot of the posters that I get. Almost all of these are signed here by all these bands. And so I really like to get meet and greet tickets, go there, meet them, and I collect a bunch of vinyl records. So I have every single vinyl record of my favorite Newfound Glory, plus a lot of other bands signed personally by them.
What has been your oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm meeting this person moment?
I mean, probably it's tough because it's seeing them at multiple times. Like my favorite is Newfound Glory, like really the first time meeting them. But I've seen them in concert 14 times, and I've probably met them like 8 times. So once you kind of get
Okay.
to know them, they kind of almost know me at this point. But yeah, I'd probably have to say it was really them the first time I saw them.
That's cool. Yeah. I'd say my closest brush to someone I grew up idolizing when I was in California, it was a long time ago. Elgin Baylor was he was Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He was the general manager of the Clippers, and I got to meet him outside the
Oh,
Clippers
wow.
practice facility. That was pretty cool.
Yep,
I
exactly.
called my dad about that one. Like, you'll never guess who I just met.
Nice.
Okay, so concerts, snowboarding, you've got a lot of fun activities that you do away from AIM.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you like to spend time on when you're not locked in, taking people out in AIM?
Yeah, it's also traveling. I love
Okay.
we travel all around our state, try to visit other things, seeing, national parks, just monuments and whatnot, and really just experiencing it and really seeing everywhere. From we've been to, DC to see all that kind of statues and whatnot to really just, going out to the desert out here. That's what's great about California is I can go 2 hours here, be in a climate completely different than I just was. And so it's just beautiful to travel out in the West in general as well and just really see things.
That's awesome. I am a Midwest guy. I have not spent a lot of time out on the West Coast, but I do know how beautiful it is. I'm sure
Uh,
you're lucky to have that able, mountains, sea,
yep.
everything in between. That's really cool.
Yep, and the Midwest is an area I need to definitely go and visit.
Very flat, but we have some cool stuff here too. So
Yep, nice.
switching gears here a little bit, folks, I want to talk to CPA about the future of the game. Now, you
Yeah,
are someone who has been asked to play in tournaments. You're currently on a team right now. Is that right?
yeah, yep.
And
Yeah.
which tournament is that through?
It's the one that Sika and Nate Dogg run. It's a
Okay.
really good tournament. Our team is undefeated at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Because we got Prez in our strategic playing style, and so now it's coming down to the final four. So we'll see how that goes. It's been really fun.
Who else is on your team?
We got Robin Hood, who's another great player. He's a FAMAS player. That's why we play great with that. Got Mouse Rat. Got and obviously me, him, and I are the more M4 users, and
Mhm.
we got Navarro. She's really good, and yeah, then we got Galactic, who's another great player. So really, all of us together is just we've been communicating and playing as a great team. We've even been told that by other teams that we've played against.
That's outstanding. Congratulations. Galactic Chili Dog. He's plays out of the
Yes.
Philippines, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep. So
Yeah, he's a
when
good
we've
player.
been able to do it. Yep.
Exciting, outstanding. All right. So
Yeah.
where do you see the future of the game going? Is it going to be more tournaments? Is that what needs to happen in order for this game to pick up? Or do you see different style of play, like you said, match games or um, capture the flag games, different versions, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope to see more of those style ones, like more strategic. Like I said, that's how I am as a player. Like, I love playing games where, you're going to have that front line going for me, and then I'm going to be that one who gets that flag, diffuses it, whatnot. I used to be a big, huge Halo player, and so I would be the one nobody wants to drive. So I'd always love to drive the Warthog or get that flag. And once we get it, stay back at my base and play defense. So I really would love to see strategic kind of playing because it's more than just the kills, right? And it would really be great to see that. So that would probably be a longer picture of AIM because just the type of game it is. It's really a more fast-paced playing kind of game. So I think like they'd probably be focused on, stuff like that, changing the guns out first and whatnot. Maybe I know people have been requesting a lot of customization, so I could see that coming in the short run.
I like the idea of customization. I certainly like the idea of being able to do more than just straight ahead kill who's in front of you. I'd love to have, like you said, capture the flag, or I always think it'll come down to what can we get everyone to a certain spot before they die, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
let's talk about your unique style of play. I've got some stats I'm going to throw at you here in a little bit that are a little bit more just for fun, but we've got to talk about what makes you one of the more unique players to play this game, and
Yeah.
that is your use of the flashbang.
Absolutely. A lot of people have noticed that.
Yeah, well, if you look on the rankings
hmm
for weaponry, you won't even see a flashbang on there. It is the
Nope,
only
you don't
non
get to
it is
see.
the it's the only non-lethal option
Yep,
in
absolutely.
the game. So
hmm
most people immediately have discarded it, not or
Yep,
don't use it, or use it and sparingly don't see a result and give up on it.
absolutely. That's why I
You
believe.
you have not. So
Yes.
tell us a couple things. Number one, how you got started doing it, why you've stuck with it, and how you're seeing it help your play overall.
Yeah, because definitely for me, I think is the reason why I didn't use it at first and do now is for the same reason as everybody else is that, people, they tend to want instant gratification. They want instant results. So if you throw a regular frag grenade, you will 100% know if it killed them or not. Whereas a flashbang, I could throw it right there at your feet and it blinds you for the fullest amount of time, but I don't know. And so I did that for a while and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go back to the frag grenades, right? I'd kind of try that. But then just, continue to try it again. And then really it got to the point where it's now kind of the opposite of that, right? Because if I throw 4 frag grenades and they don't kill, I 100% know they did not work. But if I throw 4 flashbangs, even though I may not know if it did work, I also maybe don't know if it didn't work. So there is still that possibility that it did work. And so it's really just been, like I said, I like to play strategically. So it really kind of helps with that strategy. But I do get a lot of input back that it does work. And people are like, oh, who threw that flashbang? Or they know it's me.
Have
So
you found that people are now having to, at the very least, account for it when they're playing you? They know that it's going to happen, so it changes how they approach the game.
it probably does, yeah, I would say, because they do seem to know that it is me. I'll throw it, and I'll hear my name sometime. I mean, there's some of the top ranked player that two of them that you've had on here that have mentioned my names multiple times when I hear it. It's it might not be enough to fully stop great players like that, but I do think it changes their strategy a little bit.
Well, for me, I know it as soon as it happens, I have to have an approach. Am I going to continue forward? Am I going to kick to a new angle? Am I going to continue to fire? Am I going to retreat? So at the
Right,
very least, it's entering in new things for you to think about when you're hopeful. Normally, when you're in that mode, it's react, it's line up and
right,
shoot, move and shoot. But I think the flashbang makes you have to think and react
right.
and anticipate what the other team is doing. And for a lot of people, pushers like me especially, that's
Mhm.
not something we're comfortable doing.
And that's what I was just gonna say. I could be playing against a great player who's even, way better than me, who does that offense, goes forward with their weapons, and they're taking cover and whatnot. But I hope that if I throw that flashbang over it, that it blinds them. And it's not just for my benefit, I do it from the team. If I throw it over the wall and I blind someone, that allows one of my other teammates to kill them, slow that enemy down and allows a teammate to do it. So that's another thing there of why you don't necessarily see a statistic of it saying that it worked, but just because it didn't maybe work for me, it helped a teammate.
Do you let your teammates know you're going to deploy them before you do? Like flashbangs going down the left side, that sort of thing?
Not really too much because it's especially in the public games, people don't they only play together so much, but definitely as long as they see them, and the players there and they may be blinded or not, they're still going to go and shoot at them anyway.
Right.
If a teammate sees that one, they're going to go at them, and hopefully if they're blinded, it makes it easier for them.
Okay. Have you ever had someone yell at you and say, knock that shit off? It's driving me crazy.
Absolutely. There have been many times they'll be funny. And that's another thing that it's funny you bring that up. That's another thing. It sometimes makes people mad. And that's another reason why I do it because it mentally gets with them. If you throw people off their game, they could be a great player. You could take them down from going 30 kills to now only getting 15 kills. So I've even been told that as well by people, even the top ranked players, that they would rather get blown up by a grenade than get flashed. And so it can really mentally get people. So it's another
Well,
way of using it as a weapon.
it's the when you get flashed and then as you slowly come back and realize you've also been
Uh-huh.
shot, that's just
Yeah,
like ugh. So
exactly. And that's sometimes too what I'll do. I'll use a flashbang immediately followed by a grenade, or I'll just use flash. It really just depends. Some maps I don't use it. It really depends on the situation.
interesting.
Yeah.
Folks, we are
Yeah.
talking with CPA MPER, CPA Camper CPA. We will be back shortly with our last section. Stick around. Hold on one second here. Folks, we are back with CPA. He has graciously agreed to go through a little bit of a pop quiz. This is called Know Your Stats.
Mhm.
CPA, you ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
Now, you said that you are an actual CPA. I've seen your profile pic. It's got the calculator on that.
Yep.
Are you someone who loves numbers and can crunch them pretty well?
Oh yeah, I'm a very logical person. I'm not really the creative side. I'm logical, so I love numbers. I like physics too, and so yeah, I definitely really about the numbers. And in accounting, you got to tie them, and when they tie, it's a great satisfaction.
All right, fair enough. I think this is going to be just a lot of fun for you. I've
Yeah.
got some of your stats broken down. All you got to do is tell me if I'm going to give you a higher or lower situation or a true false situation. You just tell me if you think you know your stats well enough. All right.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So the first one up is your primary weapon. That would be the
Hmm.
M4A1.
Hmm.
You use it a lot. It's your primary weapon.
Yep.
Do you have more or less than 83,000 kills with the M4A1?
This is probably gonna be the one stat that I'm gonna know of all the ones you said that I'm confident in, and that one I have just a little bit more.
Yes, you just cracked over the $83,000 or $80, 83,000 barrier. So yes, you are doing quite well. With the M4A1,
Mm-hmm.
can you guess what your headshot percentage is?
It is 38%.
That is correct as well.
That's one of the ones that I focus on. It's one of the best weapons to really get the headshot percentage up with.
If you can get a headshot percentage north of 35%, I would say you're doing pretty well considering how many long shots you have to take, how many off-angle shots. So 38% is legit. That is great.
Exactly, yeah, and that's another thing by myself has helped train me on is really, I mean, I'll even give the advice right now is that if you just tap it once, it will make it more accurate. Because even though that one has not that much recoil, even if you hold it and it only fires 3 bullets, it still goes off a little bit. The amount of times that I'll shoot and it still looks like it's on the head, but I don't get the shot or it doesn't get a headshot kill, it it makes a difference when you just tap it. But then
Interesting.
you gotta be able to keep up with the crowd though, so it's a challenge.
Again, more development to make yourself a stronger player. I couldn't disagree. I think that's a great idea. You've got to do
Yep,
that, and apparently by myself is a hell of a teacher. All
absolutely.
right, let's go a little farther down the stat line here.
Well,
I want you to guess which gun you have more kills with,
all
the
right.
the FAMAS or the AUG.
Og. That's I know that one too. That one's the AUG because that is the very first gun I used when I started this game.
You've got 1,900 kills with the AUG, only 900 kills with the FAMAS.
Yep.
Definitely,
And that
definitely might be time to invest some time with the FAMAS, just to try it out.
that's I'm going to after I feel like after I get to 100,000 kills with the M4, I am going to focus more on that other one.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Okay, can you tell me your second to least map hours? Not your least, because everyone knows the least. Everyone says
Well,
it's Gustavo. What's the
yep.
map but right above Gustavo for the least amount of hours played?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, honestly, on that one, I do not know. I'd probably maybe say Legend. Legend.
It's a great guess. Unfortunately, it's wrong. It's actually Black Mage. You got so that's
Oh, yes. That makes
all right.
sense.
So you are now 3 out of 4. So you're doing pretty well. All right. Are you plus or minus for total kills? Are you over 112,000 or under 112,000?
It would have to be. I know I have about 83,000 in the M4, and I have about 15,000 with the M3, plus with the suppressed one, and so it's right around there. So I'd probably say a little more.
That's correct. You have over 112,000 kills. So
All
you got 4 out of 5. Congratulations.
right.
You did very well on Know Your Stats. Well
All
done.
right.
Well, believe it or not, that has been the full interview with CPA. CPA, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate you coming on board and talking a little lane with us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on here. It was really exciting.
Okay, well, this one should be coming out on, I believe, the 14th of January. So you do have a little time before it comes out, but we'll look forward to it, and hopefully we'll have a 14th of I'll let you know. I'm not entirely sure where it's going to come out. I've got a couple of interviews I've still got to edit.
No, yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
sir. You're welcome. It's been great talking to you.
Yep. See you on the game again.
All right, hold on one second here. Hey guys, Northern Savage here. If you made it this far, then obviously you like the content. Please smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep building up those content lists and doing all the fun stuff you like us to do. So hey, smash that, do that thing that you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, but thanks.